Hello, and welcome to another day of TA the Degen way. I just wanted to pop on and do an update on the Bitcoin chart. We have broken through our major resistance level of 32,000 into the upper range. Gladly stopped out of all short positions, which is no big deal. That's what stop losses are for. If you're trading the range and you're long from the bottom and short from the top, eventually one of these sides is going to lose. We were in neutral territory. I did make an attempt to short Bitcoin here in this area, which was a failed attempt for a small loss in this 32K range. Looking to short that, and as we can see, crushed. But not really. That's what stop losses are for. And if you were longing the bottom of the range, as a person should be, you should be long from the bottom, short from the top. Works out quite well. What I want to do today is, now that we have broken into our upper range, I want to go back to some of these Bitcoin macro volume levels that were looking bullish back here down towards this low. This chart is from back here. Like I said, long from the bottom, short from the top. And now we are up here looking for a price rise to $39,000 to $40,000, and ultimately $48,000 to $50,000. What I want to do today is, now that we've broken into this upper range, how can we trade this? What kind of a trading plan can we come up with? Price is pushed up to 35K. Well, why 35K? Well, that's this level right here. If we pull this up on the daily, you'll see at about 35,200, we have a resistance level. And what I would really like to see is to see price pull back to this 32K area and bullishly retest it. I don't know if we'll make it all the way back down there. Let's jump straight into the chart. Here we are. We are retesting this high and appear to be possibly putting in some kind of a rejection. Here's the 4-hour chart. If you look at our wave trend oscillator, everything's maxed out. We have obvious, bearish divergence, which we've had for quite a while through this pump. Where's our high here? Let's go ahead and grab that quick. We'll use our magnet tool, grab our horizontal line, and let's build us a little bit of a trading plan here, because now we are in this upper range. If we come back and look at this, our target should be the this high volume node up here, which was a support resistance flip for this area here, this area here. If we turn on the wicks, you can probably move this up a little bit to about 40K. I mean, I don't like chasing that last little bit, which is why I would never be longing this type of stuff on this breakout, and people might find it foolish to be shorting that when it broke out. I certainly don't. I put the title of the last video up for engagement purposes mostly. Bitcoin is pumping, and I am shorting it. Which at the top of the range, I'm a trader by trade. That's what I'm looking to do, is to trade the market based off of probability. When you're at the top of the range, probability is that you will reject, and fading that breakout is a highly successful strategy. But now we have broken up into this upper range, so now we should be targeting now we're at the bottom of a new range, and we should be targeting the top of that range at $48,000. And our first resistance level was 35,000. Here we're at 35,250. I mean, this could be it. Maybe we push up just a smidge more. What I want to look at is, I want to look at the size of this small range here, and let's come up with a trading plan. If we take the size of this range and we duplicate it to the downside, that brings us back down to about 32,200. And my current trading plan, when stopped out in the short, as price broke through here, when you break into the range above and you're short, the thing to do is to by the first pullback, and as we broke through this and we hit this 35K level, price instantly pulled back, and I took a partial long position, which is 50% of this lower range. Not looking to add to that position until I would like to see price come back down and retest this. That certainly doesn't have to happen. We could certainly just keep on moving up to our 39K, 40K target level. We'll snap a line up here at 39. And if price is to come down here, we take this little range here and we duplicate it with only a partial long position from here. I've actually taken a little bit of a profit and fired off a brand new short. Why? Because we are at this major resistance level. We have this untested support down here. We may keep boogieing on. Nothing wrong with trading this range that we're in here. We can think of this as a bigger range. Split it into two. We got nice duplicate size there. And looking for price to come back down here. And why short that? Well, risk to reward. We're talking about coming down, about 6-7%. Even if we only targeted half of the range, we're talking about 5%. And on a risk to reward ratio, trading comes down to these things. It is what matters. Is probability, risk to reward. And if we take this with our stop loss above the high and our target area just being down here, we have a risk to reward ratio of about 3 to 1. To me, that's pretty fair. And if we keep pecking away at this, I'll probably add to that short position, but I will be looking to take profit on it at these lows. I'm not going to hold this down here because this is not a short trader's market anymore unless we plummet back below the 32K sell wall and push back up. So here's the one thing that you can never know when trading. Here you're at major macro resistance. We got a major macro range up here. We have a major macro range up here. Here it was resistance or support. Here it was resistance. Resistance. What you don't know is, have sellers been sufficiently depleted? Because what's going on here? People who longed the bottom of the range and got trapped are looking to jump out at the return, especially on the double top. People who have longed from the bottom are looking to take profit. They're up 100% with no leverage. And then it induces a pullback. And pullbacks are typically 1/3 of the trend or 50% of the trend, sometimes 75% of the trend. And on a more bullish trend, a 1/3 pullback is pretty bullish, which is why when we came down and put in this double bottom right here on a 1/3 retrace, if you take your fib tool from top to bottom, this double bottom is 1/3. We broke our uptrend, we retraced a third, and then we started to pump. And when we broke through 28K, we are kind of invalidating the possibility of this right shoulder. That is the unknowable. It is worthy of shorting. This is worthy of longing. This is worthy of shorting, with a stop loss, of course. This is not financial advice. This is the way that I trade the market. I trade the range until it breaks. And I use wave trend oscillators, money flow, things of that nature, and mostly the price action. When price comes to a significant level with bearish oscillator signals and bearish candlestick patterns, I take advantage of that and I short it. And here, if this right shoulder was to have played out, we'd be looking at coming down to about 23K. If not all the way down to this 18K, the risk to reward on that is insane. So taking a 3% risk, 1% risk on your stack for a, major gain is more than reasonable. But still holding a long position, looking to take some profit at the top of it, and then hold for a continuation. When you break into this upper range Even this same thing applies to small time frames. And you're getting, you're long from the bottom. You're taking profit and leaving some on the table on house money. Closing 50 to 75% at a bare minimum, and leaving the rest for a continuation to capitalize on that pump, and then looking for long positions on the first pullback, which is where we are now. Is we had our first pullback, which came down to here, and I took a small long position, which I've also taken some profit on, and I'm watching this 35K level for a rejection to come back down and build a range here where I want to get into the long side as close to the bottom of this macro range up here as possible. So 32,000 is the bottom. So it's close to 32,000 now that we are on the top side. I'm not a breakout trader because breakouts tend to fail. Yeah, I prefer to trade the range until it breaks, and I'm okay with getting stopped out. As we did on this, I've been mostly focusing on FET. Our FET trade was taken down by TradingView because of this market liberator invite only, which is free or donation based. They took it down, but if we look at this trading plan, we pressed the play button. We crushed it. Just crushed it. I didn't expect this to move through this fast. But regardless, FET is also at resistance. What should we be looking for? A pullback. What kind of a pullback? Well, if we look at these ranges, here's the low. Here's our last real support resistance flip. I'd like to pull back all the way to 24-25 cents. But we're not on FET, we're on Bitcoin. So what should our trading plan for Bitcoin be? Well, either DCAing while you're in this bottom range, nothing wrong with that. If you're a little bit more sophisticated and able to read the market a little bit with some candlestick patterns and whatnot. I have a partial long position that I'm not adding to unless price comes back down to about 33,000. At 33,000, I'm slightly interested. I'm very interested at this 32.5, 33 and below. I'm extremely interested. But I'm also interested at the bottom of this little range because coming down here is not a given. And if we break to the upside, price will probably rise halfway into this range above, up to, we'll say, about 37,250, 37,200 or so. And then it will probably pull back to this high. Well, then I will be adding some to a long position there because we'll be at the bottom of this range. I'm never a buyer. And I never buy into pumps, and I never sell into dumps. I'm always looking for key levels in the market to establish a price window. That price is going to be accepted as a fair value for a short amount of time or a limited amount of time, called a price range, a trading range. And these trading ranges tend, maybe it's algorithms, I don't know what it is, but they tend to equalize themselves in very equal, decent and orderly blocks. Another thing I want to point out about this pump, if we follow the curvature up, we're getting real square here. If we were to take our circle tool and go from this low down here to this high and follow this curvature, we'll see that time and price are square. So here's the center of our circle. You can see the dot here. It's lining up with our low there. We're matching this price action here. So we should expect some kind of a pullback. And now if price comes down here and I long it and I have a stop loss below this below these highs, I will probably be looking in the 31,000 area for invalidation. Maybe even as, right here, you can see we now have this nice gap. I'm not going to call it a fair value gap because we do have some price action off to the left. I would not want to be breaking these highs And if we look at the close prices, I prefer the 4-hour close prices, especially for forecasting. What should we be looking for? We should be looking for this to pull back and take that long trade, and target level should be $39,000 to $40,000. So that is the current trading plan on Bitcoin. And what will I be watching for? I will be watching for price to come down here into this key area. I'm going to snap a couple levels here that I'm going to consider more minor levels. We're going to take 33,650. We're going to drop her just a smidge. We'll leave it right there. We'll take 33,600. We're going to consider that a minor level. Let's just split her in half evenly. 33,500, 525. And then we're even going to split this into halves as micro levels. There we go. Probably somewhere right about there. And let's change this a little bit. We'll reduce that thickness. Do the same thing here. Now this will stay on my chart, because what did I just say that I'll be looking for my own personal trading plan is I'll be looking for price to break up here. We can do the same thing up here. Drag this up here to what would we expect? Price to break up here and pull back here. Or possibly the earliest entry where a person could set an alert would be to set an alert at this quarter of the range at about 36,200, 250, and then looking for price to hit it, not so you can buy it, but so that you can buy the pullback and retest of this. Or down here, looking for a bullish signal here, maybe take a partial entry, maybe take, and if price happens to break to the upside, add some more on the pull, hit this resistance, pull back a little bit, add some more for the continuation. What I'm looking to do is, for a trading plan, is I am looking to build a long position to $39,000 where I expect a significant pullback, maybe back to 32, maybe back to this 35 seems more realistic. So if we thought about this in ranges, if price broke the 32K sell wall, the projected resistance level for months has been 35K, which is where we have paused, at least for now. Trading's not an exact science, it's a game of probabilities. While you're managing risk to reward at the same time, mostly your risk. And so we came to 35. Building a little range here would be ideal. Break to the upside to this 37K area. Maybe pull back and retest this, or maybe only pull back 25% of the way to the 36,250 area, and at 39K expecting a pullback to come all the way back down to 35, or maybe even down here. And let's say that we do make it all the way back to this, we got this red square by taking our candlestick price action and getting this upper range, and we duplicated it to the downside. So my lowest purchase target is going to be 32,150, and let's just pretend for argument's sake that that is going to be the low, and then it's in already. And let's grab our fib tool. Let's take our target level of $39,000, and let's say that price has already came down here to 32K, 32,150. And it has made it all the way up to $39,000. Now where is the golden pocket for a pullback? It will be 35K. Markets have symmetry because they move in ranges. And so that is my personal current trading plan, and I'm glad that I had a chance to hop on and build it with you. And if you like this content, like, share, and subscribe for the YouTube algorithm. It sure helps our channel out. And we do have a Discord where most of my trading I make completely public. and giving constant updates to what I'm looking at. I'm currently in a FET short and a mini short on Bitcoin and a long on Bitcoin. My mini short is really only targeting this 33 500 600 area, and then I'm looking to build out this long position. And what should I be looking for as we come down to these levels? I should be looking at my hourly, looking to see if I have some bullish divergence, and then maybe popping down to my smaller time frames. And if it's there, I'll be taking a partial position. What I would really like to see is some 4-hour bullish divergence down here. Price come down here and jockey around for a while, break down here and kind of, pop around a little bit and get some bullish 4-hour divergence, at least some hourly, and then rotate to the upside for that 39K target. But if you like this style of trading, this style of TA, you should join us. Link to the Discord is down below. And until then, trade well.